Hi, welcome. I'm Mrs. LaBuy. Today we're going to be making a paper towel tube owl or a toilet paper tube, whatever you have on hand. So this is what he's going to look like, he or she. Things that you're going to need for supplies: magazine paper for feet, any sort of white computer paper, even lined paper is fine that we're going to be cutting into shape to fit our paper towel tube. Tape, if you don't have tape, you can always use glue. We'll use markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have on hand, that's up to you. Sharpie if you have it. You don't have to have a Sharpie, but if you do, you can add extra details on your owl's face. It really makes them nice and bold. And of course, a pair of scissors. Join me next for the next step on how to create your paper towel tube owl. Hi, and welcome back to making the owl with Mrs. LaBuy. So this is the owl that we've got going here. We're going to be working with either a paper towel tube or toilet paper tube. If you wanted different height owls, you could certainly take paper towel tubes and cut them into different pieces, different size pieces. You can make a whole family of owls. That's really up to you. I am using for mine, I used a toilet paper tube. And to start, we're going to take a piece of white computer paper. If you don't have computer paper, that's fine. You can also use striped notebook paper. You're gonna take your paper towel tube that you want, the size you want, and I'm gonna lay it down with the tube at the bottom edge of the paper. And then I'm just gonna take a Sharpie marker or a pencil and just kind of mark how tall my paper towel tube is. Now I know I'm gonna have to wrap this around the tube, so I'm gonna roll it up and just make a little mark so you have enough to overlap. You want enough to overlap the two pieces. So those are my marks. I'm gonna take scissors. I can go ahead and try to connect my lines across and down. Parents might have to help with this part. All right, so once we get our piece of paper to fit our tube, we want to just make sure it fits, and when you wrap it around, that works out well, so that does work. So at this point, we know that we have to draw our face for the owl right in the middle of the tube. So you can either tape it on and draw it on it, or you can take it off and lay it flat, and know that you have to draw your face pretty much in the middle of the tube. So I'm going to start by drawing the eyes, nice big round owl eyes, some sort of pupil. And then I do a ring around the pupil. That's where the eye color will go. You can add a triangle nose. And then sometimes you can add details around your eyes. You can do eyelashes, just like I've done on mine. You can put in stripes around your owl eyes. You could draw feathers around your owl eyes. That's really up to you. A hole or two if you want nostrils. Maybe you want a little couple pieces of feathers sticking off the head. And then now I go in and I add a line for where my owl's chest is going to be. And you can bring this line all the way across. That's really not gonna hurt anything. I put little feather shapes on here. You could do triangle shapes if you want to, do rows of triangles, zigzags. That's really up to you. If you wanna take it all the way across, you can, but we're gonna leave room for wings. So, and then sort of in this area, I'm gonna just kind of draw a line. That's where my wings are going to be. I can add stripes. I could just put straight lines down, any way you want to do it. Once we have it at this point, and you can always draw in pencil and Sharpie later. I like to draw right from Sharpie, but I suggest if you have a first-time project, I would probably start with pencil. You're gonna take colored pencils and color your design any way you want, or markers or crayons, whatever you have available. Once we get it colored, we're going to take and wrap around the paper towel tube. If you haven't already drawn on it, you can tape it in place, you can glue it in place. I'm going to use tape. Tape that around the back. No one will really see the back. And there's your owl body. To make the head where the ears are, I start by pushing in from the back first. So go to the back, you're gonna push in the top. You can see what I'm doing. I pushed in the top from the back. Then I go to the front and I push that down into place. And that's what gives me sort of that owl ears on top of your owl. Once I get that folded down and the coloring's been done, I can go back in and add some little shapes where the ears will be, or the feather tufts on my owl's body. And you could even go back in and draw some extra details. Maybe you want some fuzzier looking lines on your owl. You can add that at any time. Now Once he's done, we're gonna add some feet. Now, if you don't have colored paper at home, a great source for colored paper is just a magazine page. I found a wonderful page of lime green paper out of a magazine. I'm going to cut 2 small rectangles. We don't want them too big. We don't want them looking like flippers. We want these just being little bird feet. I cut them into sort of almost a triangle shape. And then from there, you can take a pencil and draw your feet in if you want to. And I do it with the paper stacked together so that you only have to make 1 cut. Again, parents might have to help with this part. You just draw a triangle, a second triangle. And then when you cut those pieces together, you should have, I'm just snipping with my tip of my scissors, I'm cutting out where the feet will be. And there are my owl feet. Now to attach, you can either use a glue bottle if you want. I just use tape. I took the foot, I bent up the bottom, put a piece of tape on there. Oops, tape goes on the wrong way. I'm gonna stick your sticky side up. Sticky side up, and you just press it into the inside of the body. So again, sticky side on the back, so make sure it's facing up, and you just kind of give it a bend and you stick it right inside. And that is how you make your paper tube or toilet paper tube owl. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.